2026 FIFA World Cup between Belgium and Senegal. Both of these teams came into this crucial match, gaining massive momentum at the exact right time, following big wins in their final group stage games. Belgium opted to stay unchanged with their starting 11, relying heavily on De Bruyne to orchestrate the midfield, alongside the explosive wide capabilities of Trossard and Doku. On the flip side, Senegal rolled the dice with three major tactical changes. Their outside backs, Jacobs and Diatta, were tasked with the monumental challenge of limiting Belgium's dangerous wingers, while Gueye and Ghana anchored the midfield to unleash Mané and Sarr up front, where they posed the ultimate threat. The match ignited with a breathtaking tempo right from the opening whistle. Belgium created the first clear-cut opportunity of the game. A beautifully weighted entry ball found De Ketelaere inside the right area of the penalty box. He looked a fraction too slow to unleash the shot at first, but managed to stay with it, executing a quick toe poke that forced a solid stop from Dieng. However, that opening spark was short-lived as Senegal completely took over the driving seat. In the 14th century of play, a dangerous cross whipped in by Jacobs forced Courtois to come off his line. The Belgian keeper failed to punch it cleanly, and the ball rattled off the post, landing directly into the path of Sarr. It required a miraculous fingertip left-handed touch from Courtois right on the goal line to deny a certain opener. But Senegal's relentless pressure finally broke the deadlock in the 25th minute. Diarra dropped from a high to low position, creating a brilliant tactical overload on the far side. After recycling the run, an early ball was whipped into the box, catching the Belgian backline completely stationary. The initial back post header was unlucky not to go in, but Diarra reacted exceptionally well to get there first, smashing home the rebound to give Senegal a well-deserved 1-0 lead. It marked his second goal of this World Cup tournament. Belgium looked completely shell-shocked, failing to establish any sort of rhythm. Senegal nearly doubled their advantage on a quick transition, but Courtois stood tall to deny Guede's driven effort. The European side tried to respond through Doku, who used a signature shift of his hips to open up space, but his final shot was comfortably gathered by Dieng. Moments later, a clever short corner routine saw Kuiper unleash a powerful drive aimed at the top corner, only for Dieng to pull off a spectacular aerial save. The first half concluded with the African powerhouse firmly in control. Things went from bad to worse for the Red Devils immediately after the halftime interval. In the 47th minute, a brilliant over-the-top ball unlocked the Belgian defense. Sarr brought the ball down beautifully under intense pressure inside the box. Despite feeling the defender on his back and leaning away unbalanced, he produced an emphatic top corner finish to double Senegal's lead to 2-0. With their World Cup hopes hanging by a thread, the Belgian bench made a highly controversial tactical gamble, pulling off both De Bruyne and Doku. Frustration boiled over for Belgium, resulting in a flurry of yellow cards. Yet, the tactical shakeup paid massive dividends. In the 101st minute, a chaotic ball dropped into the box. Lukaku's initial touch wasn't clean, but the powerful striker stayed resilient, shielded the ball at the very last second, and sneaked it past the near post from a tight angle to bring Belgium back to 1-2. That goal injected pure adrenaline into the Belgian side. Less than 60 seconds later, in the 102nd minute, another deep, whipped-in cross caused massive defensive panic for Senegal. Tielemans rose highest in an advanced attacking position, glancing a brilliant header into the back of the net to tie the game at 2-2, sending the stadium into absolute pandemonium as the match headed into extra time. During the chaotic extra periods, Luke Bacchio came agonizingly close to sealing it, but his close-range effort thundered off the crossbar. The ultimate drama unfolded at the death of the second extra period. Tielemans drove into the penalty area and was clipped from behind by Kamara. Following a lengthy and anxious VAR review, the Honduran referee Martinez checked the monitor and pointed to the spot. In the 120+5th minute, Captain Tielemans stepped up with nerves of steel, completely sending Dieng the wrong way to slot it into the upper corner. A stunning historic 3-2 comeback victory sends Belgium through to the round of 16. From a tactical analyst perspective, this match was a masterclass in game management, system structural adaptation, and high-stakes gambling. What we witnessed in Seattle was a game of two distinct tactical identities, where the thin line between a managerial disaster and a tactical masterstroke was decided by personnel adjustments under extreme pressure. Let's break down the core tactical components that define this incredible round of 16 clash. First, we must analyze how Senegal thoroughly neutralized Belgium for the opening hour. Senegal's tactical blueprint was clear: disrupt Belgium's build-up phase and exploit the sluggish lateral tracking of the Belgian backline. By introducing Jacobs and Diatta into the starting 11, Senegal established defensive stability in wide areas, effectively preventing Trossard and Doku from isolating defenders in one-on-one situations. Furthermore, the midfield pivot of Gueye and Ghana operated with immaculate positional discipline, completely severing the passing lanes toward Kevin De Bruyne. When Belgium attempted to implement a high defensive press, they committed too many numbers forward without establishing proper rest defense structures. Senegal exploited this masterfully through vertical transitions. The opening goal by Diarra in the 25th minute was a textbook example of creating a numerical overload. Diarra's deep to high positional rotation, unbalancing Belgium's midfield tracking, allowed Senegal the luxury of delivering an early, uncontested cross. Because the Belgian backline dropped too quickly and failed to commit a defender to challenge the service, Senegal easily exploited the second ball spaces at the back post. This structural vulnerability was exposed yet again early in the second half for Sarr's 2-0 goal. It was a direct Route 1 aerial ball that completely unseated the Belgian center-backs. The lack of proactive defensive aggression allowed Sarr to utilize his superior physical profile to anchor himself inside the penalty box. Even while leaning away and operating under intense physical duress, the absolute lack of close proximity closing pressure from Belgium gave the forward just enough spatial margin to execute an elite, top corner finish. For over 60 minutes, Senegal executed a flawless tactical game plan. Aggressive low-block defense, dominant aerial duel win rates, and lightning-fast transitions. However, the defining tactical turning point of this match came through a highly unorthodox and courageous managerial decision: the simultaneous substitution of Kevin De Bruyne and Jeremy Doku. On the surface, removing your most creative playmaker and your most dynamic outlet in a crucial World Cup knockout match mirrors a tactical capitulation, reminiscent of other highly criticized high-profile substitutions in international football history. Yet, from an analytical standpoint, this completely altered the structural physics of the match. By sacrificing De Bruyne and Doku, Belgium abandoned their intricate, slow build-up play through the central corridors and converted into a highly direct, high-tempo, wing-oriented crossing system. The introductions of Romelu Lukaku, Luka Bacchio, and later Moreira significantly increased the verticality of the game. Belgium stopped trying to possess the ball cleanly and instead focused on overloading the penalty box with physical profiles capable of contesting second balls. Senegal's defensive unit, which had expended an immense amount of physical energy pressing and tracking in the first half, completely struggled to cope with this sudden shift to direct aerial warfare. Lukaku's goal in the 101st minute was the direct product of this tactical friction. Even though his initial control was suboptimal, his physical frame forced the Senegalese defenders to collapse inward, abandoning their zonal responsibilities. Before Senegal could mentally or structurally reset, Belgium exploited their ongoing frailty against deep, early crosses. Tielemans' equalizer less than a minute later was tactical poetry. Throughout the second half and extra time, Tielemans was pushed into a highly advanced secondary striker role. His late, untracked run from a deep midfield position into the heart of the box completely bypassed Senegal's zonal marking scheme, allowing him to glance the ball home past a stranded defensive line. As the match progressed deep into extra time, Senegal's physical fatigue manifested in reckless defensive challenges and a complete loss of defensive compactness. The decisive penalty sequence in the 120th minute was the cumulative result of sustained psychological and physical exhaustion. Tielemans' sharp body feint inside the box completely unseated Kamara, whose mistimed recovery challenge caught the Belgian captain's standing leg. The subsequent VAR intervention and the final decision by referee Martinez were structurally indisputable. When the stakes were at their highest, Tielemans exhibited elite psychological fortitude. His penalty execution into the absolute roof of the net was the ultimate exclamation point on a tactical resurrection. In conclusion, Belgium did not advance because they played a superior brand of aesthetic football. They advanced because their technical staff had the tactical flexibility to abandon their primary philosophy when it failed. They transitioned into a brutal, direct, and pragmatic unit that maximized aerial overloads and second ball dominance. Senegal, conversely, will look back with immense regret, having failed to manage the game tempo and sustain defensive concentration against deep deliveries during the match's most critical psychological phases. The veterans stepped up, delivering one of the most remarkable tactical comebacks in modern World Cup history.